Imagine you are going down the street, just like yourself, when you come across those bizarre monsters attacking you. Demons fleeing from another realm attempt to breach the barrier between the two worlds. This is to free their masters and the great demons from that hell, then unleash them on the human world, where they will also cause disaster. But how did they escape in the first place? Will they be able to break through the barrier and unleash millions of demons into the human world? Can humans actually deal with a disaster of this enormous scale? Let's start our story and find out. Our story begins with a youngster dropping her toy in one of the alleys, and her mother tries to get it for her. But at that moment, a group of demons attacks her, and it seems they are about to kill her. Out of nowhere, a mysterious figure appears and assaults them. This is our story's hero, Dante. He says, "Finally, the three fools have appeared. They attack him, but he is extremely strong, avoiding all of their attacks and easily defeating them one by one. Only one remains, holding the mother hostage. But Dante aims carefully and gives him a headshot that ends his life. He introduces himself then and tells the mom that he is a demon hunter. But it's not over yet, guys. The little baby then transforms and intends to do something suspicious, but he notices her. The baby returns to her normal state, but Dante kept being careful, getting closer and closer. Indeed, at that moment, the little baby transforms and tries to take his necklace. This is a demon in the form of a baby, and Dante quickly frees himself and intends to kill it. The mother, of course, shocked, while Dante is still telling her, "She's not your daughter." She hits him with her bag and runs away. He chases her, but it's too late. The girl had completely gone into the crowd. On the other side, a group of robbers break into one of the museums and begin stealing the gold and items within. At the same time, a strange man with a rabbit head appears, bearing a necklace similar to Dante's. He approaches them and says, "So you're busy stealing these worthless stones, while leaving something more valuable than all the treasures of the earth." He then breaks the glass and pulls out a sword that looks very powerful. The security alarms go off, but he didn't react to that and tells the robbers, "This is the sword of the demon knight Sparda." He swings his weapon and decapitates one of them in the blink of an eye. The others rush at him, but he laughs and effortlessly deflects all the bullets. He charges in, knocking one into the wall and splitting the other in two. The security forces come and are taken aback by the scene. He tells them that we are now at the beginning of a new era, the era of demons. He blows up the place, and the security tries to escape, but it's too late. Still, the rabbit stands there, smiling a devilish smile. The word spreads like wildfire, with some admitting the presence of demons while others criticizing the scenario. The news reaches the authorities, and one of the experts informs them that this must be the work of one of the demons. Some were doubtful, but he confirmed their presence through studies. Furthermore, they proved the presence of a parallel world, and little gates occasionally open between the two worlds. Of course, only the weaker demons can pass through those gates, as the stronger ones cannot endure it. It turns out that this scientist works for an organization named Darkcom, which is funded by the vice president. At that moment, an employee enters and gives them the robbers' security footage. They witness what happened and are astounded by its severity. Suddenly, a message is sent to them, stating that the gates of hell will open soon. The White Rabbit continues, "To successfully catch a rabbit, find the proper hunter. I will see you later. Goodbye." And the signal goes off. The scientist says he's trying to hint to something specific. The vice president says he means the demon hunters. He then orders them to search for as many demon hunters as possible and bring them as quickly as possible. They begin to arrest them, one after another, while our guy, Dante, is chilling and enjoying ice cream, not bothered by anything. However, his joy will not last long, as he suddenly finds himself under attack in the shop. He quickly saves the people who were there before the place explodes, telling them to run away quickly. All of a sudden, he hears the voice of his brother, who was killed along with their mother by the demons. He appears in front of him, and he realizes it is indeed his brother, who quickly attacks him, but Dante dodges and shoots at him. This is the same demon that had taken the form of the baby. He tries to escape from him, and at that moment, Dante breaks the ground beneath him and drops him down. He searches for him, and the demon comes up behind him, trying to catch him off guard. But we're talking about Dante here. Come on, man! The fight continues, and the demon manages to catch him off guard this time and grabs him. He takes the necklace from him, but Dante gets angry and forcefully frees himself, throwing a strong strike that sends the demon flying. He retrieves his necklace and approaches him, asking, "What do you want with my mother's necklace, man?" The demon tells him, "You seem to not know your true self, my friend." And then he leaves. Back in Darkholm, the demon hunters they discovered appear to be of no value, and the only information they acquired from them was about a certain individual who generally hires demon hunters, named Enzo. They found him and asked about the white rabbit, and he told them that he had encountered it before. It offered him a very large sum of money and requested him to hire a specific demon hunter. Dante, they asked about him, and he told them that he doesn't know his father, and his mother and brother were killed by demons. The scholar immediately investigated the matter and found Dante's file, surprised by his skills and capabilities. However, the strange thing is that he left 5 missions unfinished just because he got bored. Nothing more. I'm telling you guys, this kid is impressive, trust me. Anyway, they made sure that he is the hunter the rabbit was talking about. Enzo then said, "That's all I know about the rabbit, and as for his location, I have no idea where he is." They told him not to worry. They knew his location and had sent a unit there. But of course they were completely wiped out, except for one person who survived by luck. They then asked him about Sparta's sword, and he told them that once upon a time, the 2 worlds were open to each other, and the demon king, known as Mundus, was not satisfied with being the ruler of all demons and decided to enslave humans, placing them under his rule as well. However, Sparta, despite being a demon, was very kind and never agreed with the plan. He began fighting on the side of humans and killed a very large number of demons. But that was not enough to stop the demon invasion, so he was forced to create a wall separating the 2 worlds using the power of his sword, along with a magical pendant that he split into 2 pieces to make it harder to find. Once the scientist heard this, he began examining the sword and noticed a space designated for the pendant. If both the sword and the 2 halves of the pendant were brought together, it could potentially cancel the technique and break the barrier between the worlds. Thus, the 2 worlds would open to each other, and this would undoubtedly mean the end of humanity. What's more is that he indeed has the first half of the pendant. Anyway, the survivor walks in at that moment and tells them that he heard the rabbit, who is angry because they failed to obtain the necklace, that one of the hunters has that necklace. The group immediately realizes that it is Dante. So they gather a large number of mercenaries and assign them the task of eliminating Dante and stealing the necklace from him. Before they leave, one of the security personnel stops them and informs them that they are a team of demon hunters linked with the Darkholm organization. They have created special bullets that detonate upon contact with demon bodies. She then says that demons occasionally attempt to disguise themselves as humans, but their transformation has weaknesses. She shreds his garments, showing that he is a demon. The demon transforms, but he doesn't get a chance to do anything before she takes him down in seconds. This girl here, called Mary, and is considered the leader of this team. After her, Enzo enters, and they ask him to be the bait to lure Dante. He goes to Dante, who immediately points a weapon at him and says, "How are you, Enzo? Don't you know that the last mission you assigned to me was a trap set by the demons?" The man insists that he didn't know, and that all of this was the rabbit's plan. He tells him, "I even consider you like my son, and I would sacrifice my life for you." Dante then asks, "So what are those people outside doing?" The Darkholm group storm the place, but they find Enzo tied to a chair and wearing Dante's clothes. Dante is actually behind them with a pool cue, taking out a large number of them. But wait guys, this scene though, these are bullets, not pool balls. They start shooting at him. He dodges all the bullets. He ironically tells them to remind him who they were, hitting the first time. He moves quickly and eliminates them all one by one. Guys, this guy is something else. He frees Enzo and tells him that he has settled the debt he owed. At that moment, because of the calmness he is in, he plays songs and waits for the rest of the group to arrive. Another group storms the place. Then Dante starts throwing metal plates at them from afar. The next group arrives as well, and they can't do anything either. However, one of them catches him off guard and shoots him with a shotgun from point-blank range, ripping his stomach open. "What happened, guys?" The guy thinks he has finished him off and looks to find him healing himself again. "Come on, what is this? What is happening, guys?" The man is obviously terrified and tries to escape, but where can he go? Poor thing. Meanwhile, the Darkholm group was watching the fight and was shocked by Dante's abilities. Mary was watching him closely and suspected that he was a disguised demon. At that moment, she charges in and storms the building. Dante immediately began attacking her, but she used the remaining soldiers as shields. She charged at him, and he dodged her attack, but it turned out that the goal was to steal his necklace. She successfully took the necklace, threw a smoke bomb, and quickly fled the scene. Dante grabbed his guns and rushed to catch up with her. He managed to reach her and blocked her path, but she flew over him and attacked him with anti-demon bullets. She was able to hit him with one of them, and the bullet exploded upon impact. She said to him, "I saw you a moment ago fighting, and I'm sure that it's impossible for an ordinary human to dodge bullets like that. The anti-demon bullet has confirmed my suspicions. No matter how skilled you are at hiding your true nature, you are definitely a demon." She tore his clothes to make sure, but she found nothing. As we have seen before, demons can never master transformation 100%. The chest area is always what distinguishes them. He said to her, "I know I'm really strong and all, but it's not nice to just tear my clothes like that." She replied, "It's impossible that you are not a demon, and that's because your blood reacted to the bullets. There is only one conclusion left. You are a hybrid between human and demon." The guy said, "What kind of nonsense are you talking about?" She was still telling him that the weapon was the proof when he attacked her and destroyed her weapon. She tried to escape from him, and he chased her, shooting at her, and he's actually managed to bring her down. He grabbed her and said, "Do you know how many demons I have killed so far?" She said, "Half demon." He replied, "I know demons well, and I am sure I am not one of them." She asked him, "Then what's your explanation for your fighting style and your regeneration abilities?" The guy didn't know how to answer, so he took the necklace and asked her, "Why does everyone want my mother's necklace?" She told him, "It seems you don't even know what it is in the first place." The guy got angry at her, and when she pushed him, it turned out that what he had was a bomb, and it exploded on him. The real necklace had been with her all along. Dante chased her and heard a sound from one of the trucks, so he entered quickly. Mary was behind him. She shot him with stunning bullets and paralyzing him. After that, she injected him with a syringe containing a small device that attached to his neck from the inside. So it will explode and will break his neck if he distances himself from them by a certain distance. They restrain him and take him with them as they head to their headquarters. Dante notices that his shoe has a metal tip and alerts Enzo to help him to escape. Indeed, they take advantage of the guard's distraction, and Enzo manages to loosen the metal and hands it to Dante. While he is trying to free himself, the vice president asks to speak with him. He tells him, "Surely the blood of demons flows in your veins, but that doesn't mean you have to walk the same path as them." He wants to recruit Dante and exploit his abilities. Meanwhile, the road is blocked due to an accident ahead of them. The man who survived the rabbit attack decides to go check the situation, but he takes the device that controls Dante's restraints with him. What is he planning to do, exactly? At that moment, a loud explosion echoes in the area, and the building collapses on them, not to mention a bazooka from afar that blows up the other car. The survivor goes to the scientist and says, "Give me the necklace, and I will protect it myself." At that moment, a large number of demons appear all at once, including the transforming demon that faced Dante before. Dante is still tied up in the truck and unable to free himself. There is only Mary. Just to catch them all, she starts fighting them all together, doing an amazing job, but there are too many of them for her. The rabbit also appears, and the group attacks him, but he defends against all their attacks. One of them hits him, but it doesn't affect him. This is aside from the other demons. With just one swing of the sword, he manages to send them all flying. He then goes to the scientist, and here comes the shock. The man simply gives him the necklace. "Oh, I truly don't like traitors." He tells him, "I have 2 little girls who need me." The scientist tells him, "If that's the case, the whole world will be destroyed, and we will all die, not just them." At that moment, the rabbit merges the two halves and completes the charm. The scientist asks him, "Why are you still refusing to use it? Surely there is still something missing." He tells him, "Exactly. Now die." He stabs him and throws him to the ground. He goes to the traitor and stabs him to avoid raising suspicions, takes him with him, and throws him outside. At that moment, the rabbit feels a strong shock in his heart. I mean, he is actually dying as he relies on a device to live a bit more. Anyway, the scientist wanted to act bravely and throws a bomb at him, but of course that will not work. This guy is truly on another level of being evil. At that moment, Dante was still trying to free his hand, but the traitor then releases him. And this is also part of the rabbit's plan. Dante takes his sword and attacks him, and instead of attacking him, the rabbit directs his attack at a bus with children. Dante, of course, charged at full speed, outpacing the projectile and successfully managing to save them. At that moment, the rabbit said to him, "Bye-bye, my friend," and blew up the bridge beneath him. Mary, at that moment, was tired from fighting alongside them, but fortunately for her, this explosion was their signal to retreat, and the demons left her, boarding the truck and escaping the scene. However, Dante chased after them, and the demons attacked him. But he dodged all their assaults with impressive skill, as if he were a legend of his time. The rabbit let him pursue. The motorcycle Dante had was severely damaged from the previous battle, so he ended up flying off towards the rabbit. He was about to finish him off, but Dante had already crossed into the restricted area, and the bomb exploded in his neck. Oh my God, that took half his brain. At that moment, the rabbit said to him, "Looks like I need to be tougher on you, son of Sparta." Could it be that Dante is truly half demon? Could it be that he really is the son of Sparta who saved humanity before? Back to Mary, who had placed a tracking device on the necklace. At that moment, the shape-shifting demon takes the form of one of the soldiers and goes along with them. Dante, in the meantime, was not dead. He wakes up to find himself trapped in one of the planes, and it sees that they also managed to capture the vice president and his group. A video from the rabbit starts playing, telling them, "You are all going to die here and now. The only person who can save you is Sparta's son. We have known about you for a long time. You don't know the suffering your father caused by imprisoning us in that damned cage, while he lived his life as a hero in the human world. Sparta was nothing but a narcissistic, cowardly traitor. Anyway, this plane is going to explode soon, and the only way for you to survive is for Dante to activate the demon trigger and unleash the demonic energy within him." Dante still wasn't convinced by this when Enzo said to him, "So what if Sparta was the only good demon among them? You should be proud that his blood runs through your veins." Anyway, Dante heals the rest of his wounds, frees himself, and prepares for battle.